Hi, it's Pastor Freemuth from Peace Lutheran Church in Deschler, Ohio. And I'm here to share with you a daily devotion on someone else in the Bible who experienced great trauma, concern, and almost a pandemic of sorts in their life. Of course, I'm speaking about Job. Now, the Bible describes Job as a righteous, blameless man before God. These are the words of God himself to describe Job. But Job would soon experience great change and fluctuation in his life. He would lose everything to disaster and catastrophe. But what would happen would be that Job would go on a bit of an emotional roller coaster. He would at one time call God just. At the next, he would cry out to God and say, God, why are you allowing this to happen? At one time, he would even almost accuse God of being somewhat of a bully. Well, I know that we all have these feelings from time to time. We've all been crying out to God, God, when will this pandemic end? When will the coronavirus be brought to its knees? But see, something happens in the book of Job. Job, when he's crying out to God, God responds. And I want you to listen to what God tells Job. In verse 4 of chapter 38, he says this, Where were you when I established the earth? Tell me if you have an understanding. And see, at this time, what God does is he takes Job in a vision. He gives him almost a virtual tour of the cosmos. And he shows him all the intricacies of this universe. He shows them how he put all of the stars in their place, how he designed the constellations. He runs him through the most obscure details. How a deer gives birth. How the oceans were formed. He says, look at the lion and how it feeds, or the mountain goat and how it grazes. Or how the donkey gets its food. Do you know such things? Can you be aware of such things? And really, what God is trying to explain to Job is that he has this much understanding. He has this much experience. Even as an old man, when it compares to eternity, we know nothing. But God, he put it all in place. He knows how many hairs are on your head. He knows how to keep the birds in the air. He knows how it all is put together because he did it. And he knows how it all works together for the benefit of those who love him. And certainly, we can understand that. We don't understand why any of this is going on, but God does. I can tell you from talking with my fellow pastor friends, one of the benefits that's come through this whole pandemic is people are coming to Jesus in a new way. They're watching these online videos. They're watching online services. They're doing daily devotions. So whether it's reaching out to new people or just enriching your own personal faith, God is using even this time for your benefit. We have never really understood why God does things. It's not a new thing. Look at how people responded to Jesus, a carpenter, a man who didn't appear to be a king, appeared to be just a normal man, but did so much. The book of Romans uncovers it a little bit for us. It says this, God proves his own love for us in this. While we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Now, who could have saw that victory coming? If you were to apply our limited perspective, who could have seen that a man like Jesus, who deserved nothing but love, would have defeated the world upon the cross, would have handed us life and salvation? We don't know why this coronavirus is going on. We don't know when it will come to an end, but we know one thing. God is still in charge. Like he told Job, he put it all in place. This whole world. And if he can create the world, if he can put every star in the sky. Certainly, he can control this virus. He can use it for our benefit. Friends, be of good cheer. Your sins are forgiven. God has it all in his hands. Thank you for joining us. And tonight, I hope you'll join me again for our Lenten worship service. That's at 7 p.m. I'll shortly upload all of the materials you'll need for tonight's worship service right here on this Facebook page. God's blessings to you.